2, 1, live.
It's so weird because it says live.
It's our new little overlay that Kyle made. It's pretty cool because it doesn't say live for other people. So I just want folks to know it's actually live.
It's good. It gets me sort of thinking that I'm live before I am, which is probably not a bad thing anyway.
So you say all the stuff that you're going to say anyways.
Yeah. I was watching an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine the other day, and they were talking to Charles, the actor Joe Latrulio, and he's like, now this guy's going to be here in a minute, so if you have to cough, cough now. And he lets out this huge, like, bizarre cough. He's like, my God, what if I hadn't said anything? And yeah. How's it going?
I love that. It's good. It's going to be really good when we get our comments. So I'm on here making sure that we don't have any problems. I'm gonna save these as we go today.
Yeah, I didn't get last week's. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, no, and Substack was of no help. So today I've got a backup plan. But maybe at some point we need to get like
one of our readers just said, I lost you. What's that?
Did you do the little airplane mode thing today?
What's that?
Did you do the airplane mode thing today for your Wi-Fi?
No, I forgot.
Okay, well then we might have some audio issues today.
Sorry.
That's okay. One of our readers just said.
Oh, she said she wishes she could adopt us both if she could.
We're both up for adoption.
I promise you don't want that. I promise you don't want that.
Wait, actually, I think that's a great idea. Can we give her Sam?
A great idea to adopt us?
Can we give them Sam?
Yeah, me and you.
I understand, but only one of us is up for adoption. It's you.
Man, for whatever reason, I can't hear you. I don't know what to. Should I turn it off and call back in?
Yeah, shut it off, come back in, but do the little airplane mode and then Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. Let's make sure that this is showing up as live on Substack. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go in here and I want to make sure that we can see what everybody's saying. How y'all doing? What's on your mind? And yes, please hit those hearts. That is extra helpful to us. All right. So now that Sam's gone, oh no, he's back.
Is that better?
We're about to see. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you way better.
Yeah, I think this is going to work.
All right.
I was just getting ready to say, now that Sam's gone, we can talk a bunch of shit. But then you
that's what I thought I was coming in the middle of. And, I wasn't even going to be mad. I was just going to take it. I figured I had it coming. So I was just going to listen and take notes on any of the constructive parts.
We don't not give Sam access at an admin level so that he's stuck backstage. It's just so that he doesn't end this whole thing if everything just decides to like end today,
Very smart. It's very smart. What were you saying about the sexy patriot who wants to adopt us?
What I was saying was only one of us is up for adoption. It's you, and I will pay that person today to take you.
To take me? Yeah. It's actually I believe you.
No, it's not true. Sam's not up for adoption, but we love our friends. We want more of them.
Let's not get hasty. I mean, I could be up for adoption. Let's see what they're offering. It's
That's true.
I mean, I'm too old to leave at a firehouse, so
I'm really interested in what's going on here where we have all this lost space at the top, but that's okay. RKT Elliott 3, let's go.
Oh yeah.
I am in the comments. Well, I don't know, man. Anyways, let's just start with what's on your mind.
Oh, shit. What's on my mind? Well, unfortunately...
That's not going to get you arrested.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I am just short of brain dead. I was going along, minding my own business, being a functional, productive member of society. And then right before we got on, I saw on social media, Parker Malloy posted Olivia Nuzzi's music video from when she was 16 years old, and the song is called Jailbait.
Wait, I heard about this and the promise ring.
Yeah. So, like a self-loathing dumb shit that I am, I clicked on that link and listened to the worst song ever fucking made. And I just found myself wondering for the billionth time, how the fuck did we get here?
Was it an original song?
Dude, are you going to ask me details about Olivia Nussey's?
Well, the reason I'm going to ask is because you said it was the worst song ever written. But was the delivery worse than Lara Trump singing a staple song?
Yeah, but those are good songs she's singing.
That's what that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is not a good song. It never was. Like AI wouldn't even take credit for this shit. ChatGPT be like, "Whoa, I didn't write that."
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna put this off the screen for 1 sec, the lower third, because some of these comments here. Here we go. Oof, is Oberyn in it?
I mean, I assume so. He seems to be in everything else. Yikes. My God.
Well, that list of everybody who's been hooking up with everybody, and it was nice that whoever posted that used the word dating.
There's an episode of Friends when Phoebe is dating Paul Rudd's character, Mike, and he discovers that she's keeping a pet rat. And the pet rat accidentally gets killed in a mousetrap. And she says, well, we have to raise the rat's babies. And so she has a shoebox full of rat babies. And she opens it up and she sees that they're all having sex with each other. And she says, oh, that's gross. They're brother and sister. And Paul Rudd's character says, well, that's not really a problem for rats. I would argue it's also not a problem for Beltway journalists. They are an incestuous bunch who will start fucking each other like crazy the second you put them in a shoebox. So yeah, the Keith Elberman thing is not at all surprising.
No, and when he came out, I mean, there's a couple of things. One, to me, it's like I feel like we've got like these really good fighters on our side, and then we come to learn that they're like just as bad as other people, and I hate that.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. It's you've heard me say before that there are way too many liberals who are like one traffic incident away from using the N-word. That's the category I'd put that guy in. It's like, how much of it's performative and how much of it is you actually give a shit about people. No, it's I mean, I can't even say it's disappointing because I kind of always thought that dude was a scumbag. And his defense of it was even worse. It was like,
that was what was so weird. It's like, it's not even about like if it was somebody he was publicly with and all this kind of stuff. And, like obviously ages are ages in terms of adults. I mean, again, I'm in a relationship with somebody who's 12 years younger than me, but I feel like she's
fucking sick up.
Hey, Allie is 28 and mentally superior to me.
Oh yeah, she's way more grown up than you are.
Yeah, exactly. It was just weird though, right? Because it's like he's trying to like use a calculator to split up what these gifts were over time, as opposed to like you're just doing all of this like behind the scenes.
Well, not
in
only
a
that,
very
but
sick way.
If you also get out the calculator, then you start wondering, like, okay, how old was she when she moved in with you? It's
well, yeah, that part too.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, we're talking about teenagers. I mean, it's not. I mean, we're talking about children. I mean,
well, how old was she when she was with Oberman?
I mean, that's the question.
Got it. Okay, I didn't realize
like
that part.
It's like, okay, so she's 32 now. She was with Liza for a decade. So when was she with? I mean, it's pretty fucking skeevy. But yeah, everything about this is.
I'm actually surprised he even weighed in at all. And by the way, that Liza piece, first of all, I don't like either of these two people we're talking about. I am happy that Ryan beat Devin Nunes in court. I'll give him that. And I will say, as much as I don't like him, that Substack piece of his was amazing. I'm because in my head I'm thinking, I'm not going to ruin it for anyone that hasn't read it yet. Yeah. You should read it. Don't subscribe to him, but you should read it.
Yeah, don't subscribe.
Don't comment. Don't like it. Don't share it. Give it a read.
If you can do it from a VPN, that's even better. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, look, they're all,
and then report them when you're done.
I mean, they're all the rats fucking in a box, right? Like, I mean, people forget Liza was pushed out at New York Magazine over sexual misconduct allegations. The thing that's most infuriating about this is that the guy at the center of it all, RFK Jr., hasn't suffered any, reputational setbacks at all. Of course, I'm not sure how you do when like the whole world knows you're a brainworm fuck up who works out in jeans. Like there's nothing you could say about that guy where everybody be like, oh my God, I'm shocked. Like if you said tomorrow, like RFK ripped the top off a school bus and ate 30 nuns that were inside, you'd go, yeah, yeah, I can see that.
There
It's
has to be nuns, not children.
yeah. But no, it's just I don't know. I look at the people who were covering Trump before, and you realize, we'd always be saying to ourselves, why aren't they asking this? Or why isn't this more of a story? Or why aren't they pushing this? Or why are they pushing this? And you start to see, the things we've learned about the people who covered these races since then, it makes a lot of fucking sense. Like the reason they liked Trump is because they're very similar to him. Um, I don't
He
know.
makes the
It's
money. They're
fucking
similar. They
gross.
like the show. I mean, the other thing is, you're talking about 2020 as well. Going back to 2016, right? We also had like similar people,
Well, like
right?
Mark Halperin. Halperin was like a prominent
I was about to
political
say Mark
journalist. Yeah,
Halperin and like the non-prominent version, which was Benny Johnson,
yeah. I was talking earlier about. Do you remember Michelle Fields?
of course.
Michelle Fields was a conservative reporter who was assaulted by Corey Lewandowski right in front of Trump, right in front of the rest of the press corps. That story basically went away, even though
That was in New
Corey.
Hampshire, wasn't it?
I thought it was in Florida,
Oh, okay.
but you might be right.
No, he tried to run for Senate in New
That's what
Hampshire
it is.
after
Yeah, he's
doing that.
from New Hampshire. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, but it's it just the reason I was talking about this was we were talking about should other reporters who are in the room when Trump calls a reporter piggy, should other reporters step up to defend her? And our instinct is to say, well, fuck yeah, that's a no brainer. But at the same time, this is a grown woman. Like she doesn't need other people like standing up for her, right? Like there's also a hint of like you don't want to be the sexist pig who like steps in, thinking you're being chivalrous, but really you're just being an asshole. Not quite as big an asshole as
Right.
Trump, but
The
it was just
composure was incredible too. I mean, that's
well.
I,
Sadly, I think they're used to it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, I
but
agree with you. It's like it would be, you know, you and I would be like, "Fuck you, Piggy," and say 100 other things,
well, that's it.
or like, "What did you just say to her, Piggy?" But I mean, it's
Who the fuck are you calling piggy hog, boy?
and there were a lot of people that didn't say anything online yesterday, and I appreciate that one of the first people again that posted on Twitter and so forth was Caitlin Collins.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like the journalists who are doing their job are also doing a good job of exposing the journalists who are just there as tourists. But no, I brought up Michelle Fields because I remember thinking at the time I had only left daily political journalism like a few months before. And I remember thinking at the time, I don't have the temperament for this shit. Like, if somebody put their hands on me like that, like, I would probably put my hands on them too. And if I saw it happen to another reporter, I'd probably get, a little red. And, I think the reason we're discussing this is because we just haven't seen any sort of self defense. I mean, maybe even self respect from these journalists. And it's sort of hard. Like it's reached a point where it's hurting their credibility. It's like if you can't stand up for yourself and you can't stand up for the truth, then what is it exactly we're coming to you for? But at the same time, I think you push back, your life goes to hell. You get death threats. You have to move. You have to get security for your family. So
And
I
they
don't know,
take your
man.
press pass. I mean, it's like
Well, there's that.
an
Yeah.
impossible situation these people are put in. But I think you said, I don't know if it was a post or you just said it last week when we were live, but it's also the bare minimum, like the bare minimum questions is now basically
Mhm.
considered top reporting.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, the most basic shit in the world. I mean, even the piggy question was a really honest and easy. I mean, like a common sense question that would get asked. Or like Caitlin, it wasn't Caitlin, it was Mary Bruce in the Oval Office yesterday asking what are some very obvious questions about Trump's conflict of interest and about MBS murdering somebody. Uh, that's what they're there for. And the fact that these women, and notice it's always women, the fact that these women stand out for asking these questions and they're being applauded
Yeah.
as being courageous and brave. And it's like, yeah, they are all of those things, but they're also just doing their jobs.
Right.
And it's very telling that we're not talking about this when it comes to other reporters in that building because they're not fucking doing their jobs.
It reminded me a little bit of the moment where Jeff Mason asked that question in
In
Helsinki
Helsinki, yeah.
that should have sunk Trump, but pun intended, I guess. But it's a hell of a question to stand up and ask in the Oval Office to MBS and Donald Trump. I mean, kudos. You know what I mean? That I honestly, when I posted yesterday morning and said, Jamal Khashoggi, say his name, I did that because I never thought we'd talk about him yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you were waiting to see, do these mainstream journalists still have it in them to defend their industry, to defend their colleagues, to defend freedom of press? And now we know one did.
One question for you, the Piggy comment, that was made towards Jennifer Jacobs?
I don't believe so. I think it was a different Bloomberg reporter.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
I've seen it reported both ways, and that's why we've refrained from saying who it is. But the other thing to consider is,
I was just going to say, because I go back to her way back, when she was with the Des Moines Register,
Mhm.
and whether it was her or not, I don't always agree with her, but I actually do think she is a really good, tenacious reporter who doesn't give two fucks what anyone says about her.
I thought her reporting on COVID, the first Trump administration, was fantastic. Like, she was the only one telling us who in the building actually fucking had it. But and to that end, it's important to remember that these women don't want to be the story. They're journalists covering the news. They don't want to be the news. But it's just so fucking disgusting. I mean, these women are at the top of their field. They're busted their asses to get there, and they have to take this abuse from this fucking hog of a person. And it's I mean, you want somebody to stand up for them, but I think that right now we want somebody to stand up for all of us. I mean, remember how cathartic it was during the 2020 debate when Joe Biden was like, "Will you just shut up, man?" Like, it wasn't even forceful. Like, he barely got it out. It was hardly the comeuppance we all wanted, but at the same time, it was just finally, somebody told this motherfucker to shut up, and it was like, why is that so hard? Um, but look at who was in the room last night. I mean, like, everyone from Tim Cook to Christian Ronaldo, like, the people who are in positions of power who could be pushing back decided to, suck ass instead. So that's why we are where we are.
I think of that "will you shut up, man" comment more than once a year, but once a year starting soon, because we have an ornament with the Joe Biden signature under it.
Nice.
That was a great moment. Yeah. And the other thing too, just to go back to what you just said, these reporters, they don't want that attention, but also from a security standpoint, which you sort of touched on, they're not getting security like members of Congress and members of this administration, and even the Stephen Millers of the world.
Yeah.
I think I told you on here, I ran into Stephen Miller before he sold his house down the street and moved into military housing with two armored vehicles, two armored Suburbans. They don't get that.
I mean, I usually think we spend way too much on security for these people, but for him, it's probably not enough. I mean, what a miserable fucking husk of a human being.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's pretty unprecedented, at least without a military background, to be living in official housing where he's got the military protecting him.
Yeah, it's not just him. There's several Trump administration officials living in military.
Yes.
No, it
explains a lot too. And I'm actually surprised that there wasn't a follow-up on that article, because for months we were all asking where Elon was living.
Yeah.
And now you almost just wonder if that's where a whole bunch of them were.
I just assumed he was hanging upside down in a cave next to some sort of sex doll that was faking a headache.
That and the cave may have been that little home across from the White House there. What's that famous
the
building?
Blair House?
The Blair House, yeah.
Yeah, you see Elon's back in the fold. He was he heard somebody dismembers journalists and he couldn't get there fast enough.
I mean, it's so sick.
Yeah. I mean, that's what all these people are. They're all fucking psychos. I mean, these are the Epstein kind of people, right? These are the rich and powerful who felt like they could commit whatever evil they wanted to because the laws don't apply to them. And it was never just Jeffrey Epstein, right? Like, it was always this crowd, like this kind of people. And that's who's running shit right now.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I'm going to, as we're talking, I'm going to put up a few things here from Substack. As people are kind of weighing in. This one, I had seen the plain news, but I don't know that I had seen this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we had it in the newsletter.
Yeah. But I mean, like beyond you, no one's talking about it. It's not like on TV or
Yeah, no, it's shocking that we're paying for Cash Girlfriend's. They keep calling her a country star, but I think that's probably a stretch. But yeah, we're paying for security for her too. I mean, it's the thing about Trump is we've never like Republicans aren't fiscally responsible. Like we know that, right? Like it's easy to document and show that that's the case. But Trump spends money like it's water. Like it is wild the way that guy's spending money these days. And it's not like it's spending on, helping people. It's ballrooms. It's fucking, it's ballrooms, it's planes, it's shit like that. And everybody gets a security detail and yeah, it's one of those things where if a Democrat was doing it, you'd be hearing all about it on CNN.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you everyone in the comments. I see Noble also had put basically the same question about cash. Um, can you talk a little bit about the news that has come out in the Comey case?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like Jim Comey's not gonna have to worry about this shit for too much longer. So y'all know they couldn't make charges against Comey, right? So they fired all the lawyers in that office, in that U.S. attorney's office. They fired them all, and they brought in Trump's like one of his parking ticket attorneys, a woman named Lindsay Halligan, who was at the time her main job for Trump was going to the Smithsonian and removing anything that talked about slavery, anything that offended rich white people, basically. Lindsay is not much of a lawyer, and that is really she's not much of a human being. I'm gonna assume, but she's having a really hard time in court, mostly because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and she's lying about it. So anyway, today Comey had a hearing in his effort to get this thrown out, and it became very clear that Lindsay Halligan, am I saying that right? Uh,
If
anyway,
you only say it wrong for people you don't like, so
it's true.
if you're not, we're good.
So anyway, it turns out that she played some funny business with what she told the grand jury. Basically, she tried to get get Comey indicted on 3 charges. The grand jury refused to indict on one of the 3, but then did indict on the second 2. So she just comes up with a new document that pretends like the first charge they wouldn't agree to didn't even exist. But she never showed that new document to the grand jury. So basically, she just created her own thing to make, it's basically, it's very Trumpian, right? Like, look only at our wins, or if we test more, we'll have more cases. Anyway, this kind of shit is probably not going to fly with this judge. So we can assume Jim Comey's going to have a very happy and self-serving Thanksgiving, probably.
Yeah, and one thing that I was sort of wondering is, I agree that she's not smart, but you almost wonder, did she come up with this idea herself, or is this a practice that has been used multiple times and we're just unaware of? Because with the amount of scrutiny, it still took a while for them to figure this out. Imagine all these other cases where they pull together a grand jury and it's in and out. It
Well,
opens up a bunch of questions.
well, it does, but it's not like these people are winning in court. I mean, they're getting laughed out of courtrooms all across the country. I mean, everybody from, Greg
Listen,
Bozino to Gene Pirro to, I mean, the thing is, they all think they live on a Fox News set. And so they keep telling the same fucking lies that they tell to us on Fox, except they're doing it in a courtroom where truth is pretty fucking important and you get in trouble if you're lying. And it's wild. You can see them like running into reality as if it's like this force field that they're just they're shocked by. So no, you're right. I mean, it raises questions about what they're trying to get away with. But if there is a silver lining here, it's that judges and juries, for the most part, are calling this shit out.
yeah, and I think that that goes in line with the only people that are going to save us are ourselves.
Yeah.
Susan on Substack. Do y'all think the Epstein files will be released, and if so, without redactions? Question mark.
It's a damn good question. If they are, it would be the first honest thing Donald Trump has ever done, and so that immediately makes me skeptical. The other thing is, we know that motherfucker's in there over 1,000 times. They're not going to let out anything that will hurt him. We know that, right? I mean, go back to the Mueller report. I think that's probably your best guidance here. They may bury the Trump stuff in an appendix of something and then put out a summary, oh, it looks like it's bad for Bill Clinton and Larry Summers, but Trump is exonerated. And then they do what they did with the Mueller report. They send that to their good friend Peter Baker at the New York Times, and he writes it exactly the way they want him to write it. And that becomes the story, is that Trump has been exonerated. When the story was actually he wasn't exonerated at all. If you just waited 15 fucking minutes to read the actual report instead of taking Bill Barr's word for it. But no, that would be my guess, is that we're going to see either a very sanitized version or a version that's just been completely doctored to go after Trump's enemies. But in terms of the truth, I don't know. I don't know when or where we get that. But I do know this. These women, these survivors, they are inexhaustible. They are fearless. They have been told at every turn that these names are never coming out, that this information is never coming out, but they just keep fucking showing up. And thanks, not my two favorite people, but thanks to Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, they have, they're being heard. If you'd asked me a week ago if this thing would pass the House, I said, fuck no. If you'd asked me if it's going to pass the Senate, I said, fuck no. Well, it's through both of those spots now. So I don't know,
I did text Ro yesterday morning and say, good luck. Thank you for all you're doing. And, we appreciate your lead on this. And he responded immediately.
Nice. I sent him a text too. It's like, I'll never forget you kissing Elon's ass, no matter what you did.
There we go. We got the good balance here.
No, but I mean, I just think you'd be crazy to bet against these women right now.
They're resilient. They're brilliant. And they're not afraid. I think the only thing that I watched one on CNN this morning with Pamela Brown, and the one thing, the one everyone keeps saying, why don't you guys just put the names out and all that? Well, they've been through a lifetime of hell, and what's going to happen is everything that they actually may have gotten to this point now, whether it's renting an apartment, owning a home, getting a car, getting their life back in order to resemble whatever it can in terms of normal, they could lose just with one lawsuit from any of these individuals, even when they're speaking the truth.
Yeah, no, it's true. I hope people appreciate just how much these women are putting on the line.
Security too. They have no security. This woman walked right into CNN in DC today to do this interview.
We should be thanking them every day for the rest of our lives, because what they're doing isn't just about Jeffrey Epstein. It isn't just about the abuse that they endured. They're pulling the curtain back on the rich and the powerful who do this kind of sick shit and get away with it, and are so used to getting away with it that they've gotten really brazen in doing it. I don't think you can say enough good things about people who are willing to risk everything to expose that shit. You talk about courage. I can't even wrap my head around the guts that it takes to do that. And anyway, I'm just in awe of them every damn day, and grateful.
Yeah, them, and also Julie K. Brown, who we've talked a lot about. And I think to some extent, I'm trying to find this tweet that she had.
Was it about why they didn't release the files during the Biden years?
Yeah.
Well, it's very simple. And Julie did a good job of explaining it. But the bottom line is because Ghislaine Maxwell was still being, charged and tried. It was an open investigation, and you don't release files like that during an open investigation unless you want to, jeopardize the prosecution. So it's a really simple answer.
In addition, oh no, for sure, to fight back against the Republicans. But in addition to that, what I'm saying is you're just talking about like how we should thank these folks for the rest of our lives, and how we are where we are today. Here it is right here. Let me just pull it up. She being Julie, had said, I don't know if I can zoom in at all here, but she said when the Miami Herald photographer Emily, I gotta follow her. Michaud. Anyways, and I completed our Jeffrey Epstein investigation in 2018, 8 years ago. We also never imagined we would be here now, which is it kind of gets you goosebumps when you're thinking about it coming from her.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like every story of the rich and powerful, being brought to their knees usually starts with one person who's been done wrong, who has the guts to stand up and tell the world. And, it really does. The split screen of women like this doing what they're doing compared to corporate America and the way they kissed ass from the jump. Uh, God, it's glaring, isn't it? You see like where the real courage is. You see where the real American spirit is. You see where I just you see where the real values are. And I don't know, when this shit is over, and I don't know how it's going to end, but there are a lot of people that are going to be scrambling the rest of their lives to put their reputation back together. And I fucking hope that we have long memories and we don't let them get away with it.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that you put that Larry Summers clip from the classroom in there, because I finally got around to watching it this afternoon, and I was like, what the fuck? And the only thing I could think of is like, do all these students just think this is an automatic A at this point, or
I mean,
what?
that's what's
Because
crazy
like,
to me.
can you imagine sticking with this and the guy gives you
Yeah.
a fucking C?
I'd be like, hey, I won't be coming to class the rest of the semester. You got a fucking problem with that? I mean, I cannot imagine the shame of having to go to a bunch of kids, a bunch of students, and being like, hey, I'm a fucking dirtbag and the whole world knows it. So here's the statement I wrote about being a dirtbag, but don't worry, I'm going to keep teaching you. I'll be
Yeah,
here
I'm
every
taking a
week.
step back from all these things,
Right?
but you
I'm not, I'm
folks,
not, I'm
you
not fit
teenagers and the folks in your early 20s,
to,
I will be here with you.
yeah, I'm not fit to serve on the board of OpenAI, but I am absolutely okay being around all you co-eds. Yeah,
And in the
no, it's,
video, there's another adult male next to him. I assume maybe it's like a dean, whatever. Or is it like, does he have to have a what
like
Mike
a
Johnson had,
minder.
an online accountability, a classroom accountability monitor now or
Yeah,
something?
that's what that. It's so funny you say it because that was my first thought too. I was like, do they have like somebody walking with him to like make sure he doesn't like, assault a student or something? It's anyway, Larry
I'm
Summers.
surprised they don't just castrate all these folks, that once they get convicted. But
I mean, I think if you put that up for a national referendum, we would probably be okay with that. It's
yeah.
the law and order types would say that's what they want, and then they'd realize it would affect them, and they would be opposed to it. So,
It sounds like you're talking about a number of issues, including abortion.
yeah, no kidding. But yeah, that Larry Summers thing, I tell you, it couldn't happen to a nicer asshole. The other one is Dershowitz. Like Dershowitz was literally running scams for Epstein as like his fixer, and then went right back to Fox News. It's amazing to me that guy has the fucking balls to whine about people not liking him on Martha's Vineyard. And it's like, motherfucker, you're lucky even Republicans like you. Like you should be treated like the plague at this point.
You're reminding me of something else on this. I know there's so many emails, and these again, there might be more emails that Oversight has that they're going to release, but these emails that were released, the 20,000, came from the estate, and there was one email that we had posted on social media, and someone in the comments flagged something I found really interesting. Anyways, maybe I'll find it and share it with you so that we can put it in tomorrow's newsletter. But there was it was a forward from one of Jeffrey's emails to another where there was one additional letter in there. And I was like, I don't know if Roe and others, hopefully someone had noticed it, but it appears he actually has two different email addresses, and it didn't look like a misspelling because it had gone through. But then I searched and there were no other emails from that. So I'm sure there's a lot more to come here just on
Were
the
you
estate side.
were you searching blowing Bubba at the time?
No, you just have to open TikTok to find that. That is one big search.
I thought yeah, I was searching blowing Bubba, but it had nothing to do with this story. It's something else altogether. Yeah.
Oh, do we want to know? Is that the happy ending? Are we going to get there later?
What is that?
Why you were searching? You're like,
no, I'm joking. No, it was a bad. It was a
okay,
bad
got
joke.
it. Okay, because I was like, maybe he actually is. Okay,
No,
so Pamela Fender.
I wouldn't do that to my hard drive search history.
Yeah, I know you were spotted at the library doing that search.
VPN, right?
Yeah,
Is that what they? It's the same thing I used to read Ryan Liz's shit.
You were at a Spring Hill Marriott at the computers in the lobby. So Pamela Fender brought up Epstein's brother. I did find the statement that he put out so weird because it it denied that it was Bill Clinton, but it never acknowledged who it was. So you have to know, in order to know who it's not, you have to know who it is, I would assume.
I mean, I would think so too.
I'm not an attorney or a psychologist or anything, but
Yeah. And I'll tell
um,
you, there's a part of me, like, as much as I want these fuckers exposed, I don't ever go down the rabbit holes to learn more about them because, frankly, I don't want to do that to my brain. I really, I feel like I learned just enough uh, to be conversant on this stuff and to know what I'm talking about. But beyond that, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what these sick pieces of shit were doing. I don't want to know how they talk about children. It fucking grosses me out.
yeah, no, I think that's right. I think we can all agree on that. Um,
Well,
I'm
I wish we
just
could all agree on that, but sadly.
probably at least 38% that can't. Um, I wanted to put this back up too because we didn't really get to it. But when we were talking about the survivors and the
Mhm.
victims, the PSA, it was incredible seeing
Yeah.
them holding photos of them as young girls.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we are where we are. We know what we know because of their strength, because of their courage, because of their just, I don't know what you call it, just general badassery. Again, taking on the richest, most powerful people in the world. You can't say that enough. It's like Aaron Brockovich on steroids. Like, it's so fucking gutsy. Um, I mean, I keep trying to think of a way to articulate just how important they've been. And every time I do, I'm worried that I'm taking away from what it is to them. Like they didn't ask to be, the avatar for some larger struggle. So I don't want to put them into a battle that I'm fighting, right? Like I don't want to claim their struggle as my own or as the Democratic Party's own or as whatever, because this is obviously very personal to them and their fight is very personal to them. I guess my hope is that as a result of their wins, as a result of their quest for justice, uh, that it puts the other perpetrators like this on notice. That it sends a message to the rich and powerful that you may get away with it today, you may get away with it tomorrow, but sooner or later, the people you fucked over, the people you hurt, are going to come along and they're going to tell the world what happened. So I guess if I can be selfish while watching this, that's my big picture hope.
Yeah, and I mean, same here. It's just the sad part about everything, in addition to the obvious, is that even with Me Too and everything like that, right?
Mm.
This stuff has just continued to happen.
Well, I mean, that was the thing, right? Like we learned the backlash to Me Too wasn't really backlash. It was the rich and powerful saying, whoa, this has gotten carried away. Um, it's really, Reuters did a study, they did a deep dive and they found that 600 people lost their jobs for comments they made about Charlie Kirk after he was killed. 600 people in a matter of, what, 2 months? Uh, by comparison, cancel culture, as it was known, about 200 people lost their jobs. So you tell me what is the real cancel culture in this country? You can get fired for criticizing a racist podcast host, but you can keep your job if you're sexually harassing women who work beneath you or below you.
And then
I don't know.
let me put one more lane in here. And
Mm.
that is if you ask Dana Bash on January 7th why she's saying that Donald Trump has a new tone after January 6th, she says that you are cancel culture.
Yeah, I like that you hold on to that one because I'm never going to forget it either.
I'm
This
not
is what
either.
this is what this is what Dana said about Adam, by the way, after January 6th. You know what you remind me of? I just watched the Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I saw it it pop up in like the For You.
It's fantastic. It's worth watching. Now, keep in mind, it's an Eddie production, so it is all about Eddie, and they don't touch on any controversy or anything like that. But my favorite thing about it is that dude, decades later, still fucking hates Bill Cosby. And it's just like he knew before any of us did what an asshole Bill Cosby was. He hated him then, he's hated him since, and he still hates him now. And I just really respect a man who can hold a grudge, hold a grudge like that. So yeah, so Dana Bash is your Bill Cosby.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Bill Clinton had a grudge against Andrew Cuomo until he decided to endorse him in the primary. So,
I mean, that's
I'm
what a lot of people wanted, though, right? I mean, but he after the primary, he didn't endorse him, right?
he didn't endorse Cuomo, but he didn't endorse Mamdani that I'm
Mm.
aware of.
Yeah, I tell you, I think there are a lot of New York Democrats who are going to end up regretting the hoops they made Mom Donnie jump through to get their support. Because I tell you, he's polling a lot better than most of them are.
Yeah, and I also like I saw today with the NYPD commissioner. He's not like making a change there yet. Um, he's not doing what everyone expected. He's actually, it seems to be like carefully taking a look at stuff, and then if he's bringing someone new, there's a real transition, and so forth, which I respect. And also AOC today, right, said that she doesn't believe at this point that Hakeem should be primaried. And I think Chuck Schumer may have given a lifeline to Hakeem as Hakeem was holding 113 Democrats together and stood strong, and Schumer caved. I don't know where that'll go. I don't know that he'll be the next speaker if we take back the House, but he seems to have a little bit of a clean slate if he can keep his shit together.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think like a lot of Democrats, I'm still somewhat underwhelmed and waiting to see, what the next fight looks like. I mean, look, if he can deliver a House majority to Democrats, then I think it's worth talking about him as Speaker. But, to me, the
But
treatment of
that's not just the
Mamdani,
reason, because if Chuck Schumer delivers a Democratic Senate, we still want him out.
still want him out, and not just out of leadership, out of the Senate. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, he talked to our Midas friends about it. He talked to Capitol Hill reporters about it yesterday, but they keep asking him, how the fuck did this agreement to let Lindsey Graham and the other coup plotters sue America, how did that make it into the Senate, into the final legislation that passed the Senate? And Schumer's like, oh, John Thune wanted that, and I thought it would protect our senators. And it's like, I don't know where to begin to tell him what's wrong with that. One, who gives a fuck what John Thune wants? He's not your buddy. He's on the other side. Two, you need to protect other senators from Pam Bondi. Why? What have they done? Are they attempting a coup? Because that's what the last motherfuckers did. So the fact that Schumer could be like, ho hum, I just figured we'd sign off and let them put millions of dollars of your money in their pockets. It just tells me that motherfucker still doesn't get it. He is not the wartime leader that we need right now, because he keeps getting rolled. Like, I think I was talking about the other day, but like if you made the case, and a number of people have made the case that the shutdown needed to end when it did, and we were too hard on the people who capitulated. And look at how much Trump's on his back foot since then. Let's say that was the most convincing argument of all time, and I went along with that, and I said, you know what, you're right. You still couldn't convince me that this needed to be included in the deal, and the Democrats were smart to go along with this. In fact, to me, it makes them look like idiots and marks who got rolled at a time when they should have been standing firm. If your party's going to come after you for caving, then make sure it's an actual clean CR and not a fucking giveaway to the people who attempted a coup against our country. I mean, it's just honestly, it's just like it's almost as if Schumer's out to lunch. Like it's indefensible uh, that he would even try to defend this.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that initial answer that he provided of, I thought it would protect, it's almost like he asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT came back and was like, this is the only possible scenario I have to offer for you, and it's a bad one.
Yeah. But it's also like, oh, so Democratic senators are also going to sue and put millions of our dollars in their pockets. I don't want those motherfuckers doing it either. It's crazy to me that we've had so many just wimps who were unwilling to hold the line and push back every time Trump said, oh, the election was rigged. Oh, I didn't attack the Capitol. The FBI did. And it's almost like Senate Democrats, Chuck Schumer was willing to say, okay, fine, for the purposes of expedience, I'm happy to give you that. And it's just,
But if you did something wrong outside of your Senate role, you did something wrong outside of your Senate role. If you are doing something in your Senate role, you have congressional immunity. So, I mean, this is just lining the pockets of
yeah, no, I mean, this is
senators
just,
that were
it's
probably
stealing
doing
from
something
us.
wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just straight up fucking stealing from us. And we can't even really, run after them because we signed off on it. I
Yeah.
mean, to me, with friends like Chuck Schumer, you don't need enemies.
Yeah, we not we. They fucked that up. The only thing that sort of brought back a little bounce of energy for me after we had this incredible election wins all throughout the country, and then it was ruined by Chuck Schumer, is the fact that the Senate passed that, passed the Epstein bill as quickly as they did yesterday, and Mike Johnson was fucking pissing his pants to get that camera, to get that footage of Mike Johnson freaking the fuck out the way he was, because he spent the entire morning and week saying that all of these things were wrong. I thought that was just like much needed last night.
Yeah, I love finding out that Senate Republicans hate Mike Johnson almost as much as we do. It's like, I'm not surprised that nobody respects him, but when you see, the only time you see him is when he's with other House Republicans. So you start to get the idea, oh, maybe they actually do respect him, and then you get out of that little bubble. It's like that little shit, fuck him, and yeah, it's fun to watch. People don't realize this about Washington, but the Senate and the House hate each other almost as much as Republicans and Democrats do. It's some really lame intramural shit that nobody really cares about except them.
It's so true. And I mean, it wasn't always necessarily like that. I mean, a lot of the folks in the Senate are made up from people that, were in the House. You
Yeah,
got
but
people like,
something changes when they go to the other side of the hill. Something changes. I don't know what it is.
yeah, I just meant like the parties, like the Republicans in the House and the Republicans in the Senate didn't
Yeah.
used to like, they used to be better coordinated and stuff like that. But as you said, I mean, what Thune did was just a fucking slam dunk over this guy. It's almost like your Kentucky video from the other day.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't want to talk about that shit because Kentucky sucks. Yeah, it's and the thing is, it wasn't just them. Like any Republican senator who had an objection could have said something. Like they didn't have to vote on it. Um, so that just tells me, I don't know. It almost makes me want to tell my story about the box of rats fucking each other again.
Can we just play? Well, yeah, that's going to come up a lot now. The Friends piece. That's all. I can't get that out of my mind. Can we play this video from last night?
Yeah,
Just because it's just so entertaining. Okay, here we
go. Any reaction to Leader Thune seeing the bill without adding amendments or changing it?
I'm deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think I've been at the state dinner. I don't know. I was just told that Chuck Schumer rushed it to the floor and put it out there preemptively. It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
So do you think he may veto it? You say you spoke to the president?
I'm not saying that.
Is he supportive of it in its current form?
We both have concerns about it, so we'll see. I was standing there with the Crown Prince.
Are you frustrated in the majority leader? Are you upset with the majority leader?
Once again,
about to cry.
Yeah, literally, like he's freaking the fuck out. And again, a female reporter.
Yeah. I also love that he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't talk about the president's child rapist friend right now because I got to run to the guy who dinner with the guy who murdered and bone sawed a journalist. It's like, does that guy have any friends who aren't despicable creeps? Actually, don't answer that. We know the answer to that.
No, I don't think he does. But he literally, like, it's we've had a couple of these recently. One, right, where he walked up to Senator Kelly and Ruben Gallego, I think, and then claimed that like they did that to him. There's been a few of these moments though where they've got him just off guard, and you can tell what a little bitch he is.
That's exactly what he is. I mean, he's just, he's got that Keebler elf energy, except without the cookies, and he's just, he just looks like a sad little boy. And it's one of those things where like a lot of times you're like angry and you hate him, and then the other times you just kind of want to give him a wedgie and stuff him in a locker, and you realize this guy was never supposed to be a serious statesman. He was a backbencher from Louisiana who got this job because Kevin McCarthy was just that fucking shitty at it. Nobody heard of Mike Johnson until he got this job. So, the reality is he's not ready for prime time, and it shows. But also, let's be honest, he's a ventriloquist dummy. He doesn't stand for himself. He doesn't speak for himself. Trump sticks his arm up that guy's ass and makes his mouth move. And so, I mean, I think there's a reason nobody respects him is because everybody knows what he is.
Yeah, I think that is 100% right. I have one other video I just wanted to pull up here really quickly because it came out like 6 years ago, and then it came out again like 2 days ago.
By the way, can I just go back to, so we know we were talking about Saudi Arabia earlier and how
Yeah.
the president of the United States and the Republican Party have completely sold out, you know, not just journalists, not just the free press, but also 9/11 families. But I think we also have to remember, and Tim just texted me about this. I guess it's in the comments. I can't see the comments when I do this on my phone. But let's not forget Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Aziz Ansari, all these comedians who are happy to go to Saudi Arabia and put that money in their pocket.
Yeah, there was a list in the comments.
Yeah, no, it's just, but it's not even just that. I mean, I feel like it started with pro golfers, and then it's just the list of Americans who are lining up to sell us out to Saudi Arabia these days is way too fucking long.
Yeah, I see someone says Robin White. Share screen. Let's pull this back up. Okay.
What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving?
Put it in the comments, and I will. There's some stuff that's like, I'm not going to put that up, but that's you guys are very funny. All right. Let me play this really quickly.
Any reactions?
This is not, we already saw this.
That one, yeah.
Please give us your name. Jeffrey Epstein. Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
Oh my God.
Form, vague, indefinite, and I'm going to give you the first warning, Mr. Cuban, that these types of questions are not only argumentative, but directed in a manner to embarrass Mr. Epstein. If you continue with this type of question, I will adjourn the deposition immediately.
Sir, according to the police department's probable cause affidavit, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom, but was thin and small towards the head portion, and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words. I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a. I'm willing to continue.
So,
please give
don't keep us in suspense. Do we know?
Well, this is what we know. We know that.
Wait, an egg from what kind of animal? Like a robin's egg?
This is what we know. We know that the answer wasn't no. We know that we now have Hitler with the little magnifying glass, Donald Trump with the little mushroom emoji, and Epstein with the egg.
That's where it's like the world is conspiring to get me to never eat again.
Yeah, we now have to. There was some mushroom omelets comments in there. We now have to call them the Eggstein.
Oh, I like
files.
That. Yeah. Yeah.
But this was 6 years ago, and somehow in the last 2 weeks, it just sort of reappeared, and I had never seen it. But now we've got some more information.
I wish I could. I wish I could unsee it. This is a good lesson for all the fucking would-be creeps out there. Don't do creepy shit, because someday you're gonna have to stand in front of a deposition while somebody describes what your tiny pecker looks like, and then people like us are gonna pull it up and laugh about it. But also, how the fuck do you even have an egg-shaped? Like, I don't understand how that would work. It's
I'm tempted to just watch a little more like deposition from back in the day, just to see what I feel like. There's just a lot of stuff that was like never shared that we need to kind of re-up just to humiliate this dead guy.
I'm more interested in humiliating the scum who got away with it. But yeah, I'm with you.
That too. But I'm talking about a project, while we're waiting on the Eggstein files.
God, that is. I know it's no yoke, but.
Look, he was not a good egg, Sam. All right.
I know he got scrambled when he got fried, but this is.
Oh my God.
I know, so many bad puns. But what do you want me to do? I'm sitting here trying to wrap my head around.
I want you to put it in the newsletter tomorrow with like 100 of those, or one every day until the Epstein files are released.
I'll tell you, I've spent my life engaged in schoolyard taunts against my fellow human being, and it never once occurred to me to call somebody egg dick, because I didn't know that was a thing.
It is now.
I guess. Say, hey, egg dick. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's like, yeah, I would, I would not have guessed that.
There's just terrible things coming to my mind now. So I'm gonna. It's 4:55. That's you were supposed to be kicked out of here 5 minutes ago. No therapist keeps people this long. But thoughts on a happy ending or anything else?
God. Well, I already talked about Olivia Nuzzi's video. That was what I was laughing about at first.
There's been a lot of grossness today.
Yeah, no, I know. We got to end on something positive, so we don't have to
But
walk
that's
away
so
with this
it's so on
fucking
brand.
egg shit. Yeah. I'm also thinking of This Is Your Brain on Drugs. Like, there's a joke there somewhere. All the pieces are there. You just got to put it together, like Humpty Dumpty.
Dr. J's Sanity Space says, Sam, don't stop. And I believe that was in terms of rattling off all the names.
I just ran out of ideas.
Egg dick.
But I
Egg
mean,
dick.
we always knew that guy was a grade A fucking creep, right? It's
Coco says,
sorry,
egg dick. Coco from Substack, egg dick will fly out of my mouth at other drivers now.
I mean, the thing is, like, I've got so many loaded up and ready to go. I don't know that I can add that to the rotation, because I would never think to say that like impulsively. But yeah, it's oh my God. I know the thing is, as soon as we get done here, I'm gonna think of like a dozen puns that would have worked. But yeah, I don't know. I hope we find out what really happened in that jail cell that night, because I want to know if he went hard or if he went over easy.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna say soft.
Soft boiled, yeah. That's
Now,
yeah.
now it's going to be like the only pictures we saw of him afterwards were when they took him into the hospital, sunny side up, of course.
Yeah, they pulled him out of the cell with a spatula. Oh man! As for a happy ending,
you know what?
I guess
I think egg prices are about to go down.
No, yeah, because nobody wants to eat them anymore because we're all fucking grossed out.
Yep.
Sam,
no, Tim says, Sam, did you poach my joke?
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. By the way, remember to grab all the comments so I can hear them. Let's read them later.
Okay. Not only that, I've been grabbing them, but I put my email in here, and I might get 100. I might get none, but I think a couple people are going to help out.
Nice. My happy ending is this: I am going to see my family. In fact, this can serve as sort of a programming note. We probably won't have a therapy session next week, and we won't be doing an entire week of newsletters, because I'm going to go home. I'm going to go see my family, eat some turkey, play with the kids, and, remember what innocence feels like. And I don't know, just try to unplug and forget about all this horrible shit for a little while. That's my happy ending. That, and you put a smile on my face this morning with the text, which it usually goes the other way. But you texted me about planes, trains, and automobiles this morning, and it got me in the mood for some holiday movies. So I'm very excited to be moving into that phase of the calendar year where I watch nothing but Thanksgiving and Christmas movies and sitcoms, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, same here. And I'm not sure if there is like a when they clean up and kind of brighten up the color and all that kind of stuff. But I noticed not just on Roku, but on one other thing today, they were advertising it. So I'm excited. That's going to be great. When do you fly to?
Monday.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Monday.
maybe we do like a pop-up therapy session on Friday or something.
Yeah, or maybe I can even do one from Kentucky. I mean, shit, it's the holidays. We could all use therapy, right?
Yeah. I
What are y'all doing?
Definitely want to hear from you on days that I don't need to hear from you. No, I'm kidding. Bundle up, Sam. You're a Cali weather guy now, says Coco.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, I know. It's like dips below 65 in Kentucky, and I'm like freezing and complaining, and everybody talks about how soft I've gotten, and it's true. It's very true.
You can't even say soft now. It's just like,
You think about eggs?
Not after this conversation.
Yeah. He's on the lam because he's runny. I don't know. There's so many jokes here. I know we're No, we're gonna think of some more. I'm actually kind of mad at myself that I can't think of more like on the fly. So,
I'm going to try to come up with a few, but there are some good ones in the comments, which
I'm
I'm
sure.
sitting here trying to paste. Jennifer Champion, I'm from Kentucky too. Lone Oak and Whitesburg. How about you?
Oh wow, I'm from Owensboro. I was born in Lexington, but born and raised in raised in Owensboro, and that's home to me. So that's where I'll be going.
And Melissa Gillespie, Ashland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Missy's been with us for a couple of years. She's a fellow sufferer Kentucky basketball fan these days.
Well, I'm going
Ashland.
to stop watching if it helps. I did watch the Kentucky Louisville, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
take a step back.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because Nelly said that's extreme.
Oh. Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Good, Chrissy. Good hockey rink in Owensboro.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny. I played hockey when I was a kid, and we had an older rink. This is a new one that's fancy, but we were actually a really good hockey team for that area back when nobody was playing hockey around there. And we invited some Canadian teams to come down and play, and we caught them making fun of our ice because there were like bumps and stuff on it. But yeah, Owensboro's got a good hockey program, a good youth hockey program, and people are always a little shocked to hear that.
Melissa says she still bleeds blue. You actually got one. I don't know if it's used for hockey or maybe it is, but Michelle Kwan has a rink out there, maybe in Anaheim, that she owns.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I miss it. I got hurt playing and couldn't play anymore. And I wasn't very good, but it was just, of all the sports I ever played, it was the one I enjoyed the most. In fact, I'll tell you, I got a feeling from playing hockey that I haven't had until I started surfing. And God, to be able to reclaim that and feel that again in my 40s, it just, man, what a huge gift.
I remember you saying that. I just was dying here, Tim. Enjoy your Thanksgiving and happy hollandaise.
Oh, we got to get the hell out of here on that.
There was at least one
Nobody is
request for you overnight to think about some type of egg Benedict joke. So if you think of
good
one,
Lord.
put that in TBS tomorrow. But someone said, "Damn, Tim, you win." And Melissa says she still bleeds blue.
Eggs Limpedick.
There you go.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm still bleeding blue too, Missy, but fuck, it's getting hard. Why are we so bad at this? Like, we're supposed to be really good at basketball, and we're not anymore, and it's very, very upsetting to me. But yeah, let's get the fuck out of here on hollandaise because that's
Why are we
about to
so
make me
bad at
throw
this?
up.
That's the question we have for National Democrats every day. On that note, we love you guys.
Man, y'all are the fucking best. I love y'all so much. We got to find a way to do a session next week, maybe on Tuesday. But yeah, I just want to say, I know the holidays are a fucking minefield. I know some of y'all, maybe you're alone, maybe you have to spend time with Trumpy relatives. I don't know. What I would say is this: please find a way to protect your peace. Don't put yourself in positions where you don't want to be just because somebody else said you should. You know what's right for you. And the other thing I'd say is this, and we're going to do this, we're going to talk about this more before next week, but we are really thankful for y'all. Do you know how fucking scary it would be if Adam and I were the only two people in this country who were seeing these things and freaking out about them? So knowing y'all are in this with us, God, it's the difference between sanity and insanity. And for that, I will forever be grateful.
Yeah, and one programming note, everything Sam said, plus tomorrow at 6 p.m., I'm going to fill in for Mary Trump here on Substack. So if anyone's on here and wants to join us, we need a good alt media showing.
We just got love you guys. Happy Turkey Day. Hope it's exceptional.
That's pretty good too.
Pretty good. Yeah. We better get off here so I can go throw up because, oh my God. But also, like, I hate that my mind is trapped on the logistics of like how you even have. Never mind.
I just love that, like, maybe a year from now, we're going to be hearing people yelling egg dick out the windows.
How funny funny would have been if the deposition was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Egg Dick, do you mind if I call you Egg Dick?"
So good. I'm so glad that I stumbled on this video.
I
All right,
really
well-
wish you had, but you know, I'm gonna miss having eggs.
We're probably gonna have this video taken down everywhere when we're done, but whatever. It was fun.
Man, y'all are the best. We'll talk to you before then, but hope y'all have a happy holiday week and keep fighting the good fight. We love y'all.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna make sure that when we leave here, we put a minute. Yeah, we'll put a minute so you guys can keep talking if you're in the comments. See you guys. Love y'all.
Love y'all.